Hello wrestling fans, this is Daily Wrestling and I'm Kevin Hellions. Today we're discussing the finale of the February 17th edition of ECW. Now, I don't mean to pick on Christian. I really don't. I'm so happy he came back. I'm so excited. I hope big things happen for him in WWE. Hope he's in Money in the Bank. Winning it at WrestleMania, or maybe he'll already have the ECW title by then and successfully defend it at WrestleMania. I hope nothing but good things happen for Christian. However, there's a lot to pick on. Now, this is going to sound really bad, and then I'm going to give a compliment to Christian, to everyone in this match, and to the WWE. So let's get started here. There's a lot to go over. One, I'd like to point out the huge trail of spittle coming out of Christian's mouth. I'm really not picking. It was just, I haven't seen that in a while. But I mean, we've had great wrestlers that look ridiculous in the ring. Shawn Michaels has done this before. Triple H, Bret Hart. There's some match where someone had like this huge booger hanging out of their nose the entire match and like close-ups of it. It happens, but I'm the kind of asshole to point it out and pick on them. So anyways, let's get to this. It's a very overbooked ending to a match, and I want to make a point on it, so let's get right to this. Okay. So, we have Christian going to the top rope. Mark Henry tries to chase after him. Tony Atlas tries to interfere, and Christian kicks him off. So, we already have 2 extra people involved in this finish. That it's supposed to be just Jack Swagger and Christian. We now have 2 extra people. Christian comes off the top. Looks like he's going to pin Jack Swagger. Again, Mark Henry comes in. Okay, so everyone's getting involved in this. Hornswoggle comes in. Grabs Henry's leg. Okay, we're almost there. Mark Henry pushes down. Now we're there. Finlay hits Mark Henry with a shillelagh. Okay, Mark Henry rolls out. Finlay rolls out. Hornswoggle rolls out. Christian, in a very nice move, reverses the gut wrench suplex, hits the unprettier for the pin. Okay. And then he gets the pin. Now, we have 6 people involved in this pin, which pin should only be 2 people. We somehow have 6. We have, of course, Christian and Jack Swagger, their tag team partners, Mark Henry and Finlay, and the seconds, Hornswoggle and Tony Atlas. So we have an overbooked finish. All 6 people get involved in the finish of the match, which could have just been Jack Swagger picking up for the gut wrench suplex, Christian reversing it into the unprettier. Could have just been those 2. Because really, nothing happened to Christian or to Jack Swagger from any of the 4 other people involved in this little ordeal. But it worked. It was interesting. It was exciting. You didn't know for sure what was going to happen next. Everyone was knocked down, but not enough to be totally out. Okay, yes, Mark Henry got hit by the shillelagh, but if he came back to break up the pin attempt and then kind of rolled off, you wouldn't be surprised. You wouldn't be surprised if Finlay had gotten involved, if Tony Atlas came back, if Hornswoggle got involved. Everyone was out, but not out for the count. It was a very overbooked finish, but a good finish, which brings me to TNA, where we always do our overbooked finishes with like 500 people coming out and chairs and tables and weapons, and Suicide comes down from the rafters, and Karen Angle does a segment for. I know she's not with the company anymore, but I'm just trying to point out how ridiculous it is. It's usually a very overblown ending that makes no sense logistically, and it comes across honestly just seeming terrible. But this worked very well. Great ending. Christian now has 2 wins over Jack Swagger. We have our ECW title match coming up next week. Fingers crossed. Hope good things will happen for Christian. Excellent storylines on ECW. Might be the best wrestling for your dollar. It's only an hour. Didn't mean that to rhyme. And my point being, with the time frame for ECW, this somehow only took me a half hour to watch. It's an hour-long show. Let's take away commercials. I should be down to 50 minutes. Now we have the Raw Rebound, the No Way Out hype, way too many ring entrances, which you can usually fast forward through those. Yes, I like their entrance music, but I don't need to hear it every week. Your commercials, your WWE commercials. I got through this whole thing in half an hour. That's so upsetting. If I got through Raw in an hour, I'd be pissed. I'd say it was a shitty Raw. Now this was a good ECW, fine ECW, not a problem with it. I was pleasantly surprised I got through it in a half hour. But this shouldn't happen every week, though. I want my 45 minutes of wrestling minus the commercials for my full hour there. If Raw ends up being an hour, and I will be paying attention to this from now on, I'm going to be pissed. Yeah, it's free. It's just part of my cable. Yes, the point's to hype up the pay-per-view, and the next one, WrestleMania, is going to be a 4-hour show. But I expect to be entertained for 2 hours. Not 1 hour. If I want to only be entertained for 1 hour, then I would watch something that's only 1 hour. So please, I hope that's a fluke. Otherwise, an excellent show. We're going to get to some more wrestling here on upcoming episodes of Daily Wrestling. That's it for ECW for now, and I will see you next time here on Daily Wrestling.